Welcome to Brave, the podcast where we make sales not just a job but a thrilling adventure. I'm David Pereira, your guide and host on this journey through the dynamic world of sales. So grab your headphones and a cup of coffee because we're about to embark on a journey packed with insights, laughs, and maybe even a few surprises along the way. This is Brave, where sales meets excitement. Hi everyone, welcome back to our sales podcast. Today I'm going to be focusing in on how you develop inbound campaigns. So this is a bit more of a marketing initiative, but I want to focus in on how inbound campaigns or how salespeople can assist marketing teams or can be involved with inbound campaigns. In the previous three podcasts that we had, we discussed how do we get our ideal customer profile, how do we get the business persona, so the who. In the second one, we discussed, how do we get the contact details of these specific organizations? And the third one, we discussed inbound campaigns. So today's going to be around outbound campaigns. So with outbound campaigns, keep in mind the knowledge that we already have. We already know who we're going after and why we're going after them. So how are we going to develop specific content to engage with these ideal prospects? So one of the first and easiest ways that I can say, maybe not, I'm saying it easy from our side, I'm sure Cass wouldn't agree with me, but the easy side is around creating videos. Is how can you communicate the problem that you are solving through a video? People prefer engaging content through videos. There's a lot of data that supports that. So how do you take the problem that you're solving and put it into a video format, whether that be an animation, could be something like this. This is not as interactive animation, but better, so that person is actually intrigued and you can show that you solve their problem relatively quickly. The second thing is around generating white papers and case studies and other information that can apply to the individual that we're going after. So again, I'm going to be making use of use cases, trying to be quite consistent with the use case, but I'll bring up the use case again around mining organizations that we're helping them with virtual reality training. After that engagement, so we engaged with them for 2 years, we're still engaging with them now, that we've now created a whole lot of testimonials as well as use cases that dictate how much money, time, and risk we are helping them save by actually applying virtual reality technology. We then leverage what we've learned into that one and see how we can apply it to other organizations. And the reason why I'm saying outbound is that the idea around this is to just furnish our ideal target market with specific information that will intrigue them, that will get to the point that they'll start looking for you. You do have to couple outbound marketing sometimes with advertising so that you can get that specific information to those individuals. So whether it be in-mail campaigning or Facebook or TikTok or whatever platform you make use of, the intent of that is to not directly sell, but rather try to furnish that individual with a specific piece of information so that they contact you. And when they're contacting you, they're a bit more interested. They know what you're doing, they know who you are, they know the problem that you're solving. So they're coming to the meeting a lot more prepared. Inbound sales are a lot more effective when you start getting them in than outbound. Because outbound, think about it, you're essentially knocking on someone's door and then entering into their home and having a discussion with them. Whereas inbound is you're knocking on someone's door and you're putting in a leaflet under their door and saying, please read this and please phone me should that be of interest. And when they phone you, you know that there's a little bit of interest. And that's the best way I can compare the two. So there should be some focus on outbound. It does require a bit more effort and it is slower to get the meetings or get traction with it. But it should be a part of any long-term plan with any organization. And I'll finish off the idea around outbound campaigning with a true story. So one of my mentors, he runs a mining contracting organization and they have quite a large sales team. They had a 20-person sales team at any given time and they were focusing on outbound. He then met with a business coach or sales coach and they said, listen, your market is quite niche. There's a very specific problem that you solve. So why not rather reduce the size of your sales team, focus less on outbound and try and build something around inbound. Try and build they made use of a lot of white papers and customer testimonials and business case projects where what they do is they actually send out advertising via LinkedIn emails to their target market. Once their target market clicks on the link, they go to let's call it a white paper, and they have software in the background. It's HubSpot's able to do this. That actually tracks which pages those individuals are reading and how much time they spend on each of those pages. If you think about the information that you've just collected there, you can now either leverage that information for another outbound effort, or you can just start reporting as to, okay, this is the type of content that's working, that's the type of content that's working, and seeing how are you engaging with these individuals. And what he said to me is that after about, he did give it some time, he said after about 12 months, he actually reduced his sales team to 4 people, and all their leads are now inbound, and they are now doubling their revenue. So if you do have the capability to be patient and focus on outbound, it can return a lot more revenue, but you do need to have the time to be able to send out an information and time to wait for your customers to end up coming to you. Obviously, you're furnishing them with information at all times and adding value. I'm pretty sure most people that are interested in watching this podcast have heard the term from, what's it called, Gary?
Gary V.
Gary V, yes. Where he says, I think it's jab, 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 right hook. He's got a book on it, and the idea behind that is give, 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 and then take. And with you, when you're doing outbound campaigns, the idea behind it is that you're giving value, giving value, giving value, giving value to these individuals. And I would say it's not even about giving value 3 times. It's about giving value to the point that your prospect or your ideal customer looks at it and be like, shit, we need to have this. We need to have this, and they end up engaging with you. But by the time they engage with you, you've provided them so much value that all they want to do is just engage with you. And they don't even want to engage with your competitors because of how much value you've given them. So how do you create your sales strategy around that going forward? If you want our help with it at any times, and this is just a shameful play, geez, I'm actually embarrassed, but not really, because you need to advertise yourself, it's something that we help organizations with, is how to develop that strategy. So yeah, that ends out the podcast around outbound campaigning. I think the one platform that I would suggest to most people is taking a look at how do you create videos. I think the one that Cass, who's behind the camera, is making use of is a platform called Beyond, and the animations that she's creating from it are excellent and are pretty quick to make compared to other platforms, and it enables you to communicate your value offer very quickly. I wish I was actually getting paid for that. I need to go chat to Beyond sometime for a shameless product play. Hey, Cass. Yeah. But yes, thank you everyone for joining today, and I hope you got value today.